Lochan, this is day 4. Yes, it's a Thursday, so this is day 4 of the public speaking challenge. I gotta look handsome in this. Right? What am I going to talk about today? I want to talk about a lot of stuff. One, I have a heavy heart. It's been quite difficult for me to study and can't really pinpoint why. It's just that I I I have a heavy heart. I know why. I know why I have this heavy heart, but I just don't feel like saying it to the world, because 20 years or 30 something, let's ballpark it to like 30 something years. My kids going to watch this. When I tell them it's like, hey, your dad is a flipping unit. I'm a flipping unit. I was like, but no, dad, you're lying. That never happened. And I'm like, hey, go back to YouTube. Go search this on YouTube back in my youth. Right? I like saying that. That I know is my girlfriend. um, but I am going to talk about what a conversation that I had yesterday with Kuda and Mutanda. Shout out to them. I was already aware of this concept, but it was just refreshing to hear other people or to talk about it with other people. Is that everyone around us is going through something. I don't know about being like a functional adult, but I can very much say as being a student, yes, this is a pen. By the way, I love these pens. It's they're flipping amazing, man. Joy put me on these, so shout out to her also. This is a flipping amazing pens. They, like they make me feel like I'm elegant when I'm writing. But the thing I was saying that we sort of like recognize that everyone has a personal story. Everyone is going through something, you know. So that is why it's hey man, that's why we need to be kind towards each other. I'm saying this, but this is like a message that has been reiterated like for dozens and dozens and dozens of times, that be kind to each other. Let's be kind towards each other, because everyone is fighting something, you know, in whatever shape or form. I am prompted to talk about this, to talk about that. I fear for our sisters, right? I fear for I I just fear for our sisters, man. it is a it is a cruel world out there, you know. Um, I remember some TikToker when I was still while I still had TikTok, some guy saying, how would you protect your woman, your partner, you know, or just any sister or any woman that is in close proximity to you, right? And you hear all these guys say, like situational awareness, this and that. Yo, brother, like if you see this video, I'm sorry that I forgot your name. It's just that what you said, it resonated deep with me. That um, first point of contact, the first line of defense is that we should like me. I say I have a girlfriend. I do. Right. Um, the first person, or the first thing. Well, first thing I should be protecting her from is first myself. Myself. You know. Um, I think first thing, brothers, is that if you have someone, I'm talking in terms of I'm just gonna narrow it down to like a romantic relationship. If you have someone, I think the first point of contact is that you should protect them from you, you know. I will tell you why I say that in depth, but I just want to start by saying that when they say like most cases of GPV, um, usually um, cases that arise from like their partner, right? I'm not saying all of them are not condoning it, you know. I think that is the most horrendous thing that deserves the most horrible punishment. But that we should be protecting our sisters first from ourselves, right? Now, again, this don't this isn't just talking about like physicality or like yeah for YouTube. I don't know what button here, but I think brothers we have to understand that when you cheat or rather you have like lack of sexual discipline as you're putting your lady or your partner in harm's way, you know, because you're going outside, you are fetching these things that these other people are carrying, and some other people outside that are really not good people. When you bazokhaya bakulise because they want to, good result like your main lady. So this is why I am I highly condone this thing of woke up culture, this thing of cheating, like not being faithful, because you're bringing more harm to the other person. And if you claim that you love and cherish this person as you went to the person while you shared, I was like, hey Joe, mina ngiyakhala ngawe yabona. um you shouldn't do that. Now I wanna because this is something that hits close to home again. This is a story I've received from my mom with the well, and ah man. But hey, it's a public platform. I'm just going to be vulnerable here. That when she was in the relationship was when she was still together with my father, that when uyabona lapho uyabona, like sister story ngibona ngamehlo amaningi, is that it actually brought more harm to my mom, because my mom is, well, phofu bonke abantu bekhaya, my maternal side rather, it's like I almost did this. Don't do that. But it's like CPU and if I could put it like that. But she could see things that they were doing to my dad to get to her, while not get into detail, you know, to put her in harm's way. And she tells me, I think I was very young, but I do remember instances where I saw my mom like being very sick. And as a kid, it really didn't dawn on me. It was like, because as a kid, I'm just worried about playing and being fed and going to school and sleeping. But it really dawned on me, hey, my mom is sick. But I do remember those periods, like Mati, she used to sleep like a kamarin la like sleep on the floor. I do remember those days, where she was sleep when she was staying no Nomkulu. But I didn't know the extent of the damage that was happening. The main point that I'm trying to convey with this story is that, look, as you are in a relationship and you're a guy, you're a man, you know, you're a leader, you lead the relationship. You're the principal, if I could put it like that. Anything that doesn't go right, not go right, but harm, yes, harm, Jay, from external things that comes into your relationship, is there because you let it happen, that you open the window. Now, mind you, I'm only referring to this instance, right? Forget about other things, because I know someone will say, but yeah, what if it's the woman that does this? No, I'm not referring to this. I'm referring you, like to me and you as brothers, is that whatever you do, whatever we do, it has consequences, and we must acknowledge that the actions that we take and the consequences that follow doesn't only affect us, and especially in a setting, or I'll call it a government of, in the playgrounds of a relationship. you know it doesn't just affect you, it also affects the other person. You might find out it affects the other person to a much greater extent. So I'm just saying, like, hopes, love your person, be faithful. I believe that is the only currency that exists in a relationship. The fundamental currency is trust for one another. Be faithful so you can be trusted, so that God can trust you with his daughter, so that the father of your partner can trust you with their daughter to say, you know what, I think this oak is a responsible man. I am comfortable leaving my daughter in your hands. And also, again, speaking of that, is that in the morning I had a conversation with Mshango, man. Shout out to him, man. Brother, like man is sometimes is like a ghost. It disappears and reappears randomly. But I still love that brother, man. And it got yeah, we did talk about the institute of marriage, and I said, you know, it's as much as I want a family, it's that thing, it terrifies me, you know. And I later said that it's not that it terrifies me. It's like, hey, I don't want marriage. No, 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 no. I said it speaks to where one is in his life, or the stage they're in their life. In my current stage, I do not think I am sound, or rather have the tools yet to bring someone under my wing. Or yes, I'm gonna call it that, to bring someone under my wing, to have the tools to navigate that institution of marriage, because it's more than just, it's more than just, you know, it's, you have the wedding, the ceremony. It's more than just that, you know. It's we're building here. We're building here. Yeah, I think faz dinner but um as of yet, I do not think that I'm ready, you know, to say, to bring in someone, you know, then a covenant to say, hey man, I want, let's let's build family, you know. It's a beautiful concept, but as of yet, I I haven't had the life experience, not life experience, the tools, the financial means, you know, because remember, when you're married to someone, um, you that person is literally your kid. This is like your first line of defense. You're dependent on, you're reliant and dependent on that person. So they are on you. It's it's a two-man circle. I'm not gonna be like liberal. Two persons. I know it's a two-man circle. You know, it's a two-person war. And also, yeah, I have. I haven't. I'm not there yet. Yet, I do wish that I will one day. Sometime I will be able to to be that person that my wife at that time who require me to be. And yeah, man, that's that's a that's the most hardest and most beautiful thing, the process of growing into a man. You know, I used to live by this quote and it still rings in my head that a man must become, and a man becomes through trial and tribulation. Stay hard, gentlemen. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. You know, discipline is the most. Forgive me talking about discipline, but I also have my shortfalls. But I do think that discipline is the most highest form of self-love. I used to say, and I still do believe that discipline equates to self-respect, and self-respect equates to self-love. Now, we have to be disciplined so that we can respect ourselves, right? And we can only love ourselves if we respect ourselves. That is all, gentlemen and ladies that are watching. Um, if you happen to get through the whole video, please like, subscribe. That's optional, but like and maybe share if you think this is pretty cool. Um, I'm still getting there, you know, still getting there, getting to know how to flush out my thoughts and to make them concise. And if you've gotten like to this point, like minute 23, you can tell that there's some incoherence there. But yeah, oh shit, another, I need to remove the ums. Those filler words. I'm just checking my lips. Okay, I'm good. Peace.